host of the Gridiron.
They did like a their writers, Sports Illustrated, their writers. They wrote up. They came up with their top 50 games. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's all. It can't be of all time. I don't know if it's maybe the Super Bowl era. Maybe it is. I think it was, because I don't think there's anything before the first Super Bowl on this list. But the Giants, two of the most memorable games, I guess, of the Super Bowl era. One was obviously, you got the thumbnail there, wide right. But so the Giants came in. So we have we got Super Bowl 25 and Super Bowl 42. One was number 9 game of all time, and the other one was number 6. So the Giants have a couple memorable games at and it's not so much one of them. And I don't even wait. Giants were Super Bowl 20. So the other one of them, it was Super Bowl 22. It was the one after the Giants. The Giants beat the Broncos, right, 39-20 in Super Bowl 21. Well, the next year, the Redskins beat the Broncos 42-10, and it was one of the top 50 most memorable games. Well, it wasn't really memorable because it was a good game. Actually, the Broncos were winning 10-0, I believe. And then the Redskins rattled off 42 points in a row. I mean, the Redskins were a very good team then. But it wasn't a memorable game. But what it was memorable for was because Doug Williams was the winning quarterback. And I think he was the MVP. And, of course, he's African-American, right, quarterback. So he was the first African-American quarterback to win a football game. So that's why that made it memorable. So their criteria is all. It wasn't like the top, the top 50 games of all time, the most memorable, the most exciting finishes. It wasn't necessarily that. There's different criteria. But I'm going to read. I'll try to read off if I start describing each game, we'll be here for nine months if I go over each game. So I don't want to do that, but I got to go. Let's see. So obviously the Giants. Let's see, is it number 9? Okay. The number 9 game. Let's see. Sports Illustrated recently unveiled its top 50 most iconic NFL games since 1966. Okay, so that's the first year of the Super Bowl, 66. So in the Super Bowl era, their top 50 most iconic NFL games in the Super Bowl era, as chosen by a 37-member blue ribbon panel. The Giants not only made an appearance twice in the top half of the list, well, top 9, twice in the top 9, but both games chosen made it to the top 10, and with good reason. The 2 Giants Super Bowl appearances made it into the top 25, both finishing in the top 10. Number 9, obviously, wide right, Buffalo and the Giants. I mean, what can you? This game was just absolutely incredible. Giants entered Super Bowl 25 with a 13-3 regular season record, including Week 15 loss to the Bills, their Super Bowl opponents. And obviously, in that game, the Week 15 loss to the Bills, that's when they lost Phil Simms. However, that might have been the best thing that could happen to the Giants, because Phil Simms was a statue in the pocket. Jeff Hostetler was not. Phil Simms could throw the ball better than Jeff Hostetler, but Jeff Hostetler's mobility was key, freaking huge. If we had Phil Simms standing in the pocket, right, we probably would have beat the Bears. But then if we wound up in the playoffs, if we went to San Francisco, I don't know. It would have been tough. It would have been a tough, right? And then for us to go on, obviously, and then beat the Bills would have been tough. Really, really would have been tough. But so, I mean, let's see. Heading into the Super Bowl, the Bills were 6.5-point favorites against the Giants. Buffalo's high-octane offense was led by the highest-rated passer, Jim Kelly, who completed 63% of his throws in the 1990 season. However, the Giants wouldn't back down. On the game's first drive, the defense forced a 3-and-out, which would give them confidence. Mark Collins said, "We knew after that first drive we had a shot at these guys because our mentality was to be more physical than they are." And we did it. Down 12-3 in the second quarter, the Giants eventually rallied to cut the deficit to 12-10 following a Stephen Baker touchdown before halftime. In the second half, Bill Parcells and the Giants aimed to control the time of possession. They did so with a 16-play drive that lasted 8 minutes, capped off by Otis Anderson's touchdown to make it 17-12. At the end of the game, the Giants had over 40 minutes of time possession. Only 19 minutes for the Bills. And Super Bowl MVP was Otis Anderson. The Giant, obviously the Bills got down to the Giants' 29-yard line with 8 seconds left. Scott Norwood came on to attempt a 47-yard field goal and had the distance, but ultimately was wide right. Then we got, of course, number 6 in their most iconic games since in the Super Bowl era, obviously, is Super Bowl 42, the Giants and the Patriots, where we knocked off the previously unbeaten, Patriots. And I'm going to tell you what, we had 2 great games against the Patriots that season. The last game of the season, right, week 17, when the Patriots came into Giants Stadium and won 38-30. I mean, that was a phenomenal freaking game. I mean, just up and down the field, points being scored left and right. Very exciting game. Patriots came out on top. So that's why when you went into the Super Bowl, you thought might be some points put up in this game, but nope. Not even close. But I mean, that was, the Patriots would score this time. Randy Moss scored a touchdown with 2 minutes 45 seconds left to play to put the Patriots up 14-10. What followed next was one of the most memorable plays in Super Bowl history. On a crucial 3rd and 5, Eli Manning was drowning in a sea of Patriots defenders, but miraculously escaped and heaved a pass downfield toward Tyree, who superglued the ball to his head to secure the catch. This led to a 13-yard touchdown grab by Plexico Burress, which gave the Giants 17-14 lead with 39 seconds left. The Giants eventually stopped the Patriots, pulling off one of the biggest upsets in Super Bowl history. So, I mean, that was just phenomenal. But I'm going to go, let's see, I got to find this here. I'll go over, if I can find it here, the list of, okay, here we go. I'll just do the top 25 games. You got the list here? It's the list, top 25. 25, you got the AFC Championship game, 1968. The Jets beat the Raiders 27-23. That was number 25. That was a phenomenal game. Then you got the let's say, last year's Super Bowl. Obviously went into overtime, the Chiefs and the 49ers. Number 23 was the longest game ever played. You got the Dolphins at the Chiefs on Christmas Day, 1971 in Kansas City. They won 27-24 and carried a premium field goal in the 6th period. Number 22. Now this one right here, the Broncos and Washington is the 22nd most iconic game or whatever. The game stunk. It was 42-10, but because Doug Williams I think he was the MVP. Williams was brilliant, throwing for 340 yards, 4 touchdowns, tossing a record 35-point second quarter by the visitors. Yeah. Williams was the, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, there you go. Doug Williams being the first black quarterback to start and win a Super Bowl. That's what made them one iconic. The game stunk. But game number 21 was the Titans and the Rams, the Super Bowl. The guy was stretched out. He was like a yard short as the time ran out. It was kind of a boring game, but right toward that last 10 minutes or so of the game was very exciting. Very, very exciting. We got here number 20, the Patriots and the Colts, the 2006 championship game in the RCA Dome. Peyton finally wound up beating Brady. Then you got the Bills in Tennessee, January 8th, 2000, the AFC wildcard game. Delphia Coliseum. That's when they had that throwback on the kickoff, and the Titans ran it in for the touchdown. What else we got here? Number 18 was the Rams and the Patriots, the Super Bowl. That's the one that kind of started. That was the Patriots' first Super Bowl victory. They beat the greatest show on turf. That was a very exciting game. Adam Vinatieri kicked the game-winning field goal. The Bears and the Dolphins. Oh, yeah, that one, a Monday night game. The Bears were undefeated, went into Miami. The 15-1 Bears, their only one loss in the whole season, was to the Dolphins. That was a very exciting game. The Bills and the Chiefs. That one. I mean, the AFC divisional game on January 23rd, 2022. That's when the Bills went ahead by 3 points with 13 seconds left. Mahomes gets the ball, walks the team down the field. I think with 1 second left, they kicked the game-tying field goal. Of course, they wound up winning it in overtime. Game number 15, the Bengals and the 49ers. The Super Bowl. Yeah, that was really, really good. That was it was a very low scoring, but Montana found Taylor, I believe it was, for the game-winning score. Very exciting Super Bowl. Number 14, the Cardinals and the Steelers. That was the Super Bowl after the Giants. It was Super Bowl 43 after the Giants Super Bowl 42. When the Cardinals and the Steelers in that Super Bowl. That was a great, great game. The Patriots and the Eagles. That's the Super Bowl 2017. That was the Eagles' first Super Bowl win. Let's see, they got the Chargers and the Dolphins. Oh, yeah, that game. Oh, my God, the AFC divisional game in the Orange Bowl. Kellen Winslow, what a game he played. That one went into overtime. The Seahawks and the Patriots, that Super Bowl. I mean, that's when they should have handed the ball off to Marshawn Lynch, and Wilson winds up throwing an interception at the 1 yard, the guy catches the ball, and he gets out to the 1 yard line. It was just stupid play there. Absolutely stupid. Then you got the Broncos and the Browns, the drive. John Elway drives the team 98 and a half yards, I think it is, for the tying touchdown. They wound up winning in overtime. And that game there, that was the AFC Championship game in 1986. And of course, then they went the next week. They wound up playing the Giants in the Super Bowl. Then we got game number 9, right, which I just went over. It was the Bills and the Giants. Game number 8 is the Oilers and the Bills. 1993, the AFC wildcard game. That's when the Bills were down like 342,000 to nothing, and they came back and they wound up winning the game. Well, absolutely incredible game. The Raiders and the Patriots, the FUCK rule with Tom Brady. The total BS. That was a fumble. The Raiders recovered it. The Raiders should have won the game, but whatever. Exciting game, though. The Patriots and the Giants, game number 6. I was just going over. So the top 5 games, according to SI here. The Falcons and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's when the Falcons were up 28-3, I think it was, and the Patriots came all the way back and wound up winning. God, what a choke job. Choke. Cowboys and the 49ers. Oh, yeah, that was the catch. That was the Clark. Catch in the corner of the end zone, or the back of the end zone, shall I say. Then it goes game number 3 just happens to be Super Bowl number 3, the Colts and the Jets. Then I got I know the miraculous. Okay, the Raiders and the Steelers. Yeah, the Franco Harris catches the ricochet, runs it in. Yeah. Game it was 7-6 with 22 seconds. 7-6 the game was with 22 seconds to go. And they got the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers, the Ice Bowl, December 31st, 1967. That was the last game that Vince Lombardi won against an NFC team as far as with the Packers, because his final game was against the. It was in Super Bowl II against the Raiders when they won 33-14 in Super Bowl #2. But so the Giants wound up getting in there. Yeah, they had some real good games. Oh. The best game ever, in my opinion. Undefeated team, and okay. Oh yeah, it was a great. I mean, the one thing it was a little. You know, it was. We finally scored. We were losing 7-3, and we finally scored. Right, Tyree caught a touchdown. Right, so we're up 10-7. So it's 10-7. And I think I just read it was like 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. That's when Moss catches the ball in the end zone. They're 14-10. You know what I mean? So it was a slow going kind of game. You know what I mean? So, but the last 10 minutes or so of the game was was pretty. But you're right. I mean, you got an undefeated team, right? Trying to go for they were going to try to be 19-0. And all we come in and we didn't even win our division. We had to beat the Buccaneers on the road. We had to beat the Cowboys on the road. We had to beat the Packers on the road. Now we're going to go play the Patriots again. So you figure we had to play the Patriots, right? The last game of the season. Then we had to play the Bucs in Tampa. Then we had to play the Cowboys, who were a really good team that year. Then we had to play the Packers, and then we had to play the Patriots again. I mean, wow! And we, so I mean, what a schedule! What a schedule! But I mean, that was a phenomenal. That was a great game.